So just for purposes of this demo, to find a title that I know we don't have full text, because we do have full text to many, many articles. To find one, I'm going to use these filters on the side here. I'm going to look for a French article, French language. It brings me to one result. It has the title here in English and the abstract in English, but this bracket around the title tells you that it's not in English and that it's in French. That's just kind of FYI, but we're again looking for full text. So we again do the same process. We click the full text at UAB Libraries button. It takes us back uh, to our catalog at Lister Hill. We look for online or PDF, but we don't see that. We see check for available services. This means that UAB doesn't have it, but if you will scroll down and on the second to last link, there's a link for request resource from UAB Libraries Interlibrary Loan. And that is a free service where UAB Libraries will borrow the article for you and send you a link within 2 hours to 48 hours in your email. So you would just click this link. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but you would put in your Blazor ID, password, click log on, set up an account if you don't have one already. And then since we have gone from this record, it will carry over the article information for you, so you don't have to re-enter that, but you may have to enter a few other things. So that's how we get full text if you don't see it immediately available from UAB. And of course, you would only actually request that if you could read French and if that was the article that you wanted. Are there any questions about anything so far? You can put it in chat. James or Amanda will look for it, or you can unmute yourself. Okay. So I'm going to continue on. Now I'm going to show you how to get look up a book and get to the full text for a book. For books, I'm going to go back to the home page. That's pretty much where I'm starting everything today, and where you should as well. And this, for books, we usually search in the search bar here, search collections, which goes into our catalog. I have a title, which is Pharmacology for Nursing Care. It's already in there because I've been searching it. So I'm going to click search. And I also am going to tell you that I know that I'm looking for the 2019 version. Okay, so I click search. And in this case, they have brought up some additional resources that could be helpful for you. So there's a database, and there's 2 people, one of them being Amanda, who's on here with us, that could help you further with this if you needed it. But today we're looking for the book. So we're going to page or scroll down and here are our results for our search. You see the first result is an exact title match. You also see right here at the top, it says multiple versions. What that means is it's a book that has multiple versions, which are different dates and basically editions that have been updated. I look at the second result. I see that this is a book. I see that it's the title's Lean's Pharmacology for Nursing Care. It's a very similar title. I do also see that it's 2019. I do also notice that the title up here, the author shown right here, is Lean. So it looks to me like for this 2019 edition, they have just added Lean as part of the title. So it's probably the same thing that I'm looking for. But I'm going to show you this multiple versions. because you will probably run across this as well. I just want to look at these. It says see all versions. I click that. Again, they're offering additional services, but these are all books with this title. And we're going to see if there's another more recent edition, but this one's 2010, this one's 2007, 2004, 2001. So those are older. That's not what I want. So I'm going to go back to my result list, click that. And I'm going to use this Lean's Pharmacology. I believe that this is the title I need. I look for online. I see that up here. I also see that it's available at the library. I'm going to come back to that in just a moment. But I've got the available online. I click that. Again, I have two links that I can use. I'm going to use to get to full text. I'm going to click this first one. It asked me to log in with my Blazer ID, so I click that. I log in. It's checking everything out. And then it brings me to this book and to the full text. You can read online. You could download a chapter if you want. I'm going to scroll down and just show you that the table of contents is here. This is the intro information. And then we get to the actual chapters. You can choose whatever chapter and you can either download or read online. And I'm going to choose the first one to read online and just show you how it looks. And here's the full text. Any questions on that? Okay. So I'm going to close that. So we've looked at articles and books for full text. The next thing we're going to look at, I've kind of combined the last two items. One is the how to find research guides for more help on your own. And we're also going to talk about where you start. Oops, I just remembered I forgot to show you that the book, the available. Let me go back into this book real quick. Sorry about that. We looked at online. I wanted to show you that in this case, we actually have a physical print book that is available. It's telling us that because it says Lister Hill Library Books, second floor, and other locations. You click that, goes down to Lister Hill Library, and it says available books, second floor, and this is the call number. So if you wanted to actually check out a print book, we do still have some, and this is one example. Okay. Now, research guides, I'm going to show you those now, and I'm going to go back to the Lister Hill Library homepage. We looked at searching books. We looked at searching databases. Also, for these top 5 databases, we have included our research guides, or a link to our research guides for each one of these top 5 to make it convenient for you. And the research guides are put together by Lister Hill Library staff. And they are, like in the case for databases, they show you how to search a database. Each one has a link. So whichever one you're interested in, let's go to PubMed, and we'll go to the PubMed guide. What we have now is a health science database searching guide. So we've combined the top 5 into one guide to make it convenient for you. We have the first page is basic searching for all databases. We have a video, we have brief information on your research question and search strategy and examples. And so this is also a good place to start an assignment. If you had a a research paper assignment where you had to find articles. You have to come up with a research topic and find articles on the topic. This is a good place to start, and it can show you, give you some information. Then we have the page for each database, such as PubMed, where it shows you advanced searching and unique features of that database, such as mesh for PubMed, which is medical subject headings. If you're in health sciences, you're probably going to come across that at some point. And you may have an assignment where they tell you that you need to search with mesh. So here's information on that. Of course, we have one with Cinol. We have one for Cinol, advanced searching, and a video. So these are all available for you anytime through the library website. We have it for our other databases, the top 5. And then I was just going to show you that we also have finding full text on here. We've already gone over that, but if you had a question or needed a reminder, here it is with a nice graphic, full text at UAB Libraries. Okay, so those, let's see, are our database guides. I'm going to go back to the home page and show you this next section. These are some of more of our library resources. We have a link here to all of our research guides. I'm going to click that. These are for both libraries and all subjects. So there's a lot of guides. Here are, these are some categories they're broken down into. You can explore that way, or you could go to all guides, which is what I'm going to do right now. And it has a nice search feature to filter. So if you were interested, I will mention the nursing guide happens to be right here. So of course you just click on that. You could scroll down and look, or you could search by keyword. Let's say you were in dentistry and you want to see the dentistry guide. You would search, then click on that. We also have a guide for APA citations, how to do your APA citations or references. So that's a popular one. And then we're going to look at the school, or we have one for each school. We have the nursing, the dentistry. We're going to look at public health and School of Public Health Guide. So again, we click on that. This shows you the most popular databases for that. And again, if you were starting an assignment, this would be a good place to start, is in your school guide. So we have popular databases, some of the ones you've already seen, plus some different ones. And various things depending on the subject or the school. So health statistics, we have another guide for that with a link here. We have journals, we have websites that can be helpful for you. We also have the liaison librarian that is assigned for that school. Right now we have 2 for public health, so you can contact them. And that's kind of the last thing I want to go back to is getting more help. So you have probably noticed this, or you may have used it before, this chat with the librarian tag over here. You can click that. We have a live library chat with library employees from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. You would just put your question in, hit start chat, and someone will respond within usually like 15-20 seconds. So there's that option. I'm going to go back to the home page. Oops, okay. I'm going to just click in here and go through to get to the actual home page again. Okay, I showed you here that we have these resources highlighted. We had the research guides, and then we have chat with the librarian. These are all the ways you can chat or get help. So the first box or form here is, again, the live chat that we just looked at, which is also available through the button on the side. We have text to librarian. We have our hours, and then we have scheduled a consultation. You can schedule a meeting with librarians, and two of them, Amanda and James, are on here today, which is great. And so if you have questions about searching a topic, dealing with citations and other topics, this is a way to get help from a librarian one-on-one. It can be online or in person, that's your choice, and you would just click the link, fill in, what type of help you need, and then your name and so on, and then also your appointment times, that your preferred appointment times, and these are usually answered the next day. So any questions on that, or anything else that we've talked about or not talked about? Not promising I can answer everything, but I'll do what I can. Let's see. So we have yes. Okay. And no questions. I'm just looking at chat. Is there anything so that is all I have, and I feel like I've gone really fast today. I hope it wasn't too fast. But I can go over something again if you would like me to. So feel free to put that in chat. You've got let's see. Okay, reserving a book. Okay, that's a good one. So if you're talking about and James, I might need some help here. Let me go back to the catalog. So actually I'll go to the homepage again just to kind of go through it. Lister Hill Libraries. So if you're looking for a book, okay, we'll look at this one again. You want to search right here in this main search box. I know that you're asking about reserve, and I'm going to get there. I'm just going to kind of go through the whole process just in case that's helpful, and just kind of go through. So let's say you want this book. Okay, so reserve, or like putting it on hold, is what I would think you mean. Is that right? Like, are you talking about a physical book?
Yes, like the physical copy of the book.
Okay, great. So yes, so I believe that you would go to the location, it and you click the one that says available. You see this one's available, this one says out of library. So if it's available, I'm trying to remember, James, do you know if you can reserve it or put it on hold?
Oh boy, that
I
is
know.
absolutely something I should know.
Me
It just,
too, and I'm sorry, James, and if Amanda, if you know, but I'm gonna go ahead and try to sign in, because I think that will tell me.
I
So
think you
please sign
can.
in
Yeah.
to check if there's any request option. So I'm gonna sign in. Again, choose my Blazer ID. Okay, request, says available. I think if I hit request, yes, this is where I can do this. I choose my library, which would be Lister Hill, and I have signed in because I already have an account with the library. So if you don't have that, then of course you would need to set that up. But it knows who I am because I signed in with my Blazer ID, and you can see my name up here. So now it's just asking the date. I'm not going to fill this in and send it, but this, you would enter the date. So let's say you want it tomorrow, you can enter in, and it says available within 1 to 7 business days, depending on location. You put a comment and you would send this request. And then it should be available at the hub desk and say either library, but it's on, for Lister Hill, it's on the first floor. It's the big desk. They hold it behind the desk there, and you would just go up and tell them, that you're here to get that. Does that help, or do you have any other questions?
That's great. That's exactly what my question was. Thank you so much.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'm glad that worked. You're welcome. And I will just mention, since you brought up reserve, that we do have some books that are already that kind of live behind at the hub desk. But that will be noted in the location info. There's not a lot. There's probably 10 to 15. I think yes, the APA guide, the actual book that has all of the examples and all the information, we have that on reserve. So that just stays there, and you have to come to the library. And that one, I don't think you can request ahead of time because it's kind of a special thing. But most of the books you can do like this. So, but if it was on reserve, like the APA guide, you would just, and actually with the APA guide, I'm going to go ahead and show you real quick because I'm talking about it and we've got some time, and I have looked at APA 7th. I know that that's the most recent one that we use. So I'm typing that in and I'm going to show you. I'm going to click search. Okay. And in this case, it brings up the guides. You know, I told you there was that guide that we've put together that has some examples. We've also got a full citation guide with different citation styles. But we're looking for the book. So again, whenever you're looking for a book, you want to look and see first, is this the book or an article? Because there's a lot of articles about books, and that can be kind of confusing for people. But the second one is a book, and this is the one that I know is the actual one that um, people use to help with their citations. It says it's available at Mervyn Stern, first floor on reserve, and other locations. So we click that. It's also available at Lister Hill. There's on the, okay, this is the first floor. So this is the reserve copy reference. There's also one that's available for checkout. It is out of the library right now. That's the one on the second floor. But let's look at first floor and see what it tells you. Yes, okay. It says item in place, and it's a 3-hour loan. So it is short, but that's because it's very popular and we try to have it available for many people. But so that's another way we use reserve. But but for checkout, it's done like I just showed you. So okay. Um, any other questions you can put in chat, or we do have other, I meant to, I meant to get this, have this available too, but just, we have more workshops coming up, because that go into depth about searching, like PubMed, or we have an intro to PubMed, we have an advanced PubMed. I know we do have an advanced PubMed, workshop coming up. And we then have quite a few coming up at the beginning, like in January, like the intro to PubMed. I'm not sure if that will be offered again before January. I kind of doubt it, but so if you're interested in that, Phil, you can go ahead and register for those. And let's see, are they always on Wednesdays? That's a good question too. I think they have been, and I think, but not as you know, I don't think it's like a particular rule. I think we kind of, a lot of them have been this year, this semester. Am I right on that?
Uh, yes, so that if Wednesdays are not a good day, that is my fault. I'm the one who has booked all of the workshops this semester. Um, I I just tend to put them on Wednesdays because if people are going to be out of the office, it'll be like Monday or Tuesday or like Thursday or Friday. So people tend to be here. So however, moving forward, some of them are on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Um, but I'm probably not going to book any workshops on Monday or Friday simply because those, if people are going to be off, they tend to be out those days. Oh, sure. Yes, absolutely. But
Okay. Yeah.
tend to be around lunchtime. Um, and however, if you have feedback on a time that you would prefer, like we're very happy to take feedback.
Yes. And we also have, unlike, and although I messed it up a little bit today, we record them. So if you could always, like, say it was on a Wednesday or a Tuesday and you couldn't make it, but you wanted to watch the recording, you can still register and you will get the recording. Okay, so that was all I had. Really glad that y'all participated today. And thanks for your attention and have a good day.